section 2. Yeah, section 2. So we have Constanza Soto, Paulina Alegría, in the room. It's a bit cold, isn't it? I mean, I had to prepare myself a cup of coffee.
Yes.
They say it's going to rain today.
I think tomorrow, but in Rancagua.
Okay. Are you from Rancagua originally?
Yes.
Okay. Me too. I am originally from Rancagua.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My family is. I spent my first 16 years in Rancagua, and then I moved. I mean, I went to study, and then I came back to visit my parents, but I never lived again in Rancagua. I just went to visit my friends, family. Yeah.
Okay.
So how is Rancagua doing so far?
Well, I think.
Okay. Are you having quarantine there? Like.
No, but the people are saying on Friday, this Friday, maybe we could be in quarantine.
All right, a full one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so you're staying in Rancagua. You're not obviously you're not here in Talca, right?
No, I'm in Rancagua. Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Is everyone with his or her families? I mean, is anyone here alone in Talca, like renting a room or something like that? Are you all with your families? I guess that's a big yes.
I
Because I
live in
remember
Talca, so
you live in Talca. Okay.
yeah.
So Pancho, do you know if we're having any strict measures here in Talca at any moment?
Do you mean all the city or my family?
The city and first at the city level and then at a family level.
Well, we're supposed to be in quarantine, but voluntary,
Right.
So the people have spent most of time in their houses, but there is also people who need to work or need to go out. So, but we have a low number of people who is infected with COVID. We have like 200, maybe 150.
Here at the country level?
Yeah, at Telca.
Oh, Talca, yeah.
So,
but I think
well, that's very nice.
Quarantine. You said like a voluntary quarantine, but I had to go and pick up my daughter's school materials. Right? They said that they parents needed to collect them, and so I had to go to Talca, and I actually went a lot of. I mean, I saw a lot of people around in the streets that were not particularly working, that were, sightseeing, probably.
Yeah. The people is very irresponsible,
Yeah, we lack discipline, I guess. We lack discipline in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem in Chile, because we make the laws and we establish like measures, but we don't make sure of they make it like real. I don't know how to say, like fiscalizar.
Right, like oversee or enforce.
Yeah.
You enforce a law. Exactly. That is the thing. The law may be passed, but it's up to us to abide the law, and be disciplined. Eventually, Margaret.
Hi.
Hello. Do you think that at some point in our lives, eventually, we will have to change some of our ways in Chile? That part of our culture, are you
Yes.
strong? Yeah.
I mean, we need to do it. If we will do it, I don't know, but we need to do it. As you were talking about our irresponsibility, I think that that's something very important, and it's so common here in Chile. So that needs to be changed.
Exactly. So somehow we are going to. I remember that it always one thing that called my attention when I went to buy at to a supermarket is that I was buying something in any any particular place in the supermarket, and then someone would go and grab something, and I was right there, so I could see the hand crossing in front of me trying to reach something. And that was I thought, very irrespectful, because they were not, like, keeping a decent distance with the person that was shopping. I mean, we were in the same errand. I was shopping, the other person was shopping, so I don't know. And now I think we're forced to, keep a space, 1 meter at least. Um, Even in the line, you're supposed to be waiting behind a person, you know, uh, at least 1 meter away. And probably if we keep doing that, some of our ways are going to change, I guess. Some of our,
Yes, maybe.
or maybe we we won't learn, and will go back to our previous old ways as soon as we feel safe.
Yeah, that can happen too.
hmm we'll see about that, right? We'll see. We'll see the future. um, I remember last session that I was talking to you about manner of articulation, and I was so inspired. And then we we had not seen anything connected with manner of articulation. So my apologize on that one. In the hindsight, I mean, looking back, it was pretty funny, but I apologize for the feeling of being lost when the teacher was saying something, right? Um, okay, so in terms of manner of articulation, we have to remember that manner of articulation is one of the features or criteria that we're going to be using when we describe vowel sounds, right? And the first one was well, we talked about categories, right? We talked about if a sound was voiced, right, or voiceless. If a sound was nasal or oral, right? And then we started, like, dealing with plosive sounds, and plosive sounds, also called stops. Um, they are six. It's a good idea to learn them in pairs: p and b, t and d, k and g. Why is it a good idea to learn them in pairs? Because when you deal with, for example, p and b, the first ones, right? They both have the same place of articulation, right? Both of them are bilabial, b, b, and and both of them are, as we are reading now, plosive sounds. So it's a good idea to learn them in pairs. same place of articulation, same manner of articulation. And the only difference is that this one is voiceless and this one is voiced. All right, so that's the only difference that these two vowel sounds have. T and D, the same thing. Both of them are alveolar sounds, if you remember right. Both of them are plosive sounds, plosive consonant sounds. The only difference, same thing. T is voiceless, and D is voiced. And guess what? Same thing here. Both of them are velar sounds in terms of place of articulation. Both of them are plosives, right? And the only difference, k is voiceless, g is voiced, right? And additionally, we have this glottal stop here that we can treat as an allophone of t. Okay, an allophone is a variation, right? It's a different realization of one phoneme, and you can use it interchangeably in the same context without changing the meaning of a word. For example, you can say bottle or bottle. You can say mountain or mountain, and you're using a different sound, but in the same context, this different sound is not changing the meaning of the word. Therefore, it becomes an allophone, right? Not a different phoneme, not a different sound, but an allophone, just a different variation. Okay, and you visited a website, right? You visited a website, and the website was one that was dealing with plosive sounds. If I remember well, the website was this one.
Plosive consonants are made by completely blocking the flow of air as it leaves the body, normally followed by releasing the air. English pronunciation contains 6 plosive phonemes. Pick, b, bed, t, team, d, dine, k, code, g, get. The sounds b, d, g are voiced. They are pronounced with vibration in the vocal cords. P, t, k are voiceless. They are produced with air only. The voiceless plosives are often aspirated in English pronunciation. Plosive spellings. Common spellings for each plosive are underlined below. P, purse, b, bell, t, talk, stopped, d, done, play, played, k, kite, cone, queen, chronic, excited, g, gone, exhaust. Glottal stop. The voiceless alveolar plosive sound t is often replaced with a voiceless glottal plosive in connected speech. This most frequently occurs when t appears at the end of a syllable and the following sound is a consonant. Witness.
Okay, some interesting elements from this website, and the examples. Well, the fact that we get someone reading aloud, which is a great feature, right? But focusing this on these features, it's great to have a picture showing you what actually is going on in terms of what is how it is the airflow being affected here, and also combining the elements of place of articulation, right? You see here, bilabial, alveolar, velar, concepts that were already covered, plus the manner of articulation, in this case, plosive, okay? I would say that the difference between the two concepts, stop and plosives, because these are called stops or plosives, right? I would say that usually at the beginning, you can find that these sounds are plosive, right? You can read pick, bed, team, dine with a puff of air. So we could say that, for example, in the case of pick is aspirated, in the case of t is aspirated as well, in the case of k is aspirated as well. All of these voiceless plosive sounds are aspirated. But in the final position, for example, if I say dock, right? Dock, dock. This sound at the end, dock, or skip, skip. I would say that more than stops, sorry, more than plosive, I would call them stops because of the lack of this aspiration feature. So in initial position, I would call them definitely plosive sounds because there is aspiration present in voiceless consonants, plosives, right, in initial position. But I would call them stops in final positions and middle position. What's also interesting here is that the very different spellings for the sound k, because you can find, you know, it was like kite with a K, cone with a C, queen with a Q, chronic with a CH, right? And then this grapheme X, right? X, which is a combination of a K and a S. So it's quite tricky, right? Excited, X, K, S. It's quite interesting. X, X. And then here also that we can find the same grapheme, right? This time, ig, g, exhaust, exhaust, exhaust. Okay, so here we have a g and a z. So that's interesting, linguistically speaking. Also, that we have stop here, and then we have the final ed for a simple past, right? So we don't read stop it, but stopped, stopped. So to the initial final sound, stop, we add a t in the end, stopped. And a clear reason is that because p is voiceless, we add a t, which is also voiceless. So every time you find a verb that has a voiceless consonant sound, you have to add a t. Okay. For example, talk, talk, k, k, talked, talked. K is also voiceless, if you remember, right? So the past tense of talk would be talked, right? Think about another verb like walk. Okay, walk, same final sound, voiceless. So the past tense should be walk, walked, walked with a t in the end. Okay, so that always happens in verbs in which the final consonant sound is voiceless. Then you have to add a t. On the other hand, we have play, and we have this simple past here, played, in which we have to add a d sound, and it works exactly the same, but like the previous example. But when you have a sound like a, which is a diphthong, right? And all vowel sounds are voiced. I mean, vowel monophthongs, diphthongs, triphthongs, all of them are voiced. So here we have a final voiced sound. So when we have a voiced sound in a verb, and we want to add in a regular, right, verb, and we want to add the past tense, we need to add d, which is voiced. So played, played, played. Let me think about another verb that has play. Only irregular verbs come to my mind now. Can you think about a verb ending in ed that may have Let's think about one verb, okay? One regular verb. Kavita says die, died. Excellent example. So die, I has a diphthong. Therefore, we need to add the d sound, which is voiced. Exactly, very good example. Very good example. Die, died. And that's the rule, okay? That is the rule. If you have a voiced final sound here, which could be a vowel sound or a voiced consonant sound, you have to add d for the simple past verb. And if you have a verb, a regular verb, right, ending in a voiceless consonant sound, then you have to add a voiceless to. It's like voiceless, voiceless, voiced, voiced. Okay, it's a very simple rule. All right, this works for regular verbs. Okay, and now you know the rules, right? Voiceless, voiceless, voiced, voiced, or in other words, voiceless, t, voiced, d. Okay, now it's a matter of practice, right? It's just a matter of practice. Now I would like to go and visit the other family of sounds. I'm going to stop record. No, not recording. I'm showing you the website. I'm going to go to the other website, and this time the family of sounds is called fricatives, right? Fricatives. Whenever you think of fricatives, think about friction. Okay, friction. And we're going to listen to this speaker, all right? And then we're going to discuss the concepts given by him. Here we go. Let me know if you can listen to the sound, please.
Fricative consonants are made by squeezing air between a small gap as it leaves the body.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I
All right,
can.
here we go. You can?
Yeah, I don't know if any other of my partners.
I can as well.
Yes, I can too.
Yeah, so we're good.
Fricative consonants are made by squeezing air between a small gap as it leaves the body. In English pronunciation, there are 9 fricative phonemes. F, v, th, s, z, sh, zh, h, made in 5 positions of the mouth. First, v, van, th, thick, th, these, s, saw, z, zen, sh, she, zh, casual, hard. The fricative sounds v, v, z, zh are voiced. They are pronounced with vibration in the vocal cords, whilst the sounds f, th, s, sh, h are voiceless, produced only with air. Fricative sound spellings. Common spellings for each fricative sound are underlined below. F, far, v, save, of, th, think, th, those, s, sir, race, z, zoo, rise, sh, sharp, chef, pressure, sugar, motion, zh, beige, Asia, pleasure, ahead.
All right. Any comments? Anything that you want to? I posted. I sent you through the chat room, the website, by the way. Okay. So I'm going to ask one volunteer to read the information here. Okay, I'm going to play this again. I want you to focus on the way that the speaker is pronouncing, and also I want you to try to imitate him as much as possible. Okay, so listen again, and then I'm going to choose one of you, if there are no volunteers, of course, to read this section aloud. I sent you the link to the chat room, all right? By the way, let's listen again.
Fricative consonants are made by squeezing air between a small gap as it leaves the body. In English pronunciation, there are 9 fricative phonemes. V, v, s, z, sh, zh, h, made in 5 positions of the mouth.
Okay, any volunteer interested? It's just reading aloud that section, right? This one, this section.
I could do it, but the sounds, the sounds between the lines are difficult. I don't know if I can say it properly.
Let me repeat them for you just a bit.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
In English pronunciation, there are 9 fricative phonemes. V, v, s, z, sh, zh, h. Phonemes. V, v, s, z, sh, zh, h.
Okay, let's try together. So we have v, v, th, v, s, z, sh, zh, zh. And that's it, okay? All right, off you go. Anytime you want. Would you like to listen to this again?
Well, I'll do my best.
Yeah, of course. Go on.
Fricative consonants are made by squeezing air between a small gap as it leaves the body. In English pronunciation, there are 9 fricative phonemes. Made in 5 positions of the mouth. Well,
good job. Very well.
Oh,
clap,
okay.
clap.
Thanks.
Clap for you. All right.
Was
good
difficult.
Job.
So. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It's difficult to pronounce isolated phonemes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's difficult than I guess.
Which gives me an idea for a quiz, actually. Okay. So yeah, you got it. Excellent. Very good. Fricative consonants are made by squeezing air into a small gap. Okay, good. Just a big work on this one, all right? Because it's a very complex word. For example, pronunciation. Okay.
Pronunciation.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean everyone. Exactly.
Pronunciation.
Okay. All right. So it's not just for you, but for all the class. It's for everyone, right?
Pronunciation.
This is none, like like a religious figure, like the movie The Nun, right? None. pronunciation, right? So whenever you get to this part, remember none, just like the religious figure, pronunciation. Okay, let me try to go back to the. Okay, so we have some examples here. If you see this picture, you're clearly seeing that the upper teeth are pressing the bottom lips, right? The upper teeth are on top of them here, and there is a circle here, and there is an arrow here. So I guess this would be representing the airflow, right, or the airstream, which is being blocked in this area of the oral cavity. Whereas in this picture, in this dental sounds or interdental, I prefer interdental. I guess it's clearer for me. The interdental, for me at least, it's clear that we're talking about in between the teeth. So we can see the tip of the tongue being almost inserted here between the upper and lower teeth. And we see a dot here that is implying that the air cannot go through, or there's just a small gap here, a small gap, right? So there is some friction here being caused by these two articulators, right? I would say probably that the tongue is an active articulator because it moves, so it's an active articulator, whereas the teeth look at them as more a passive articulator. Okay, so interesting picture. And here we see alveolar fricatives, and they call alveolar fricatives because the friction here is caused by the tip of the tongue raised against the alveolar ridge. Ridge, right? Remember this word, ridge. Not rich, because a rich basically has another meaning, that, you know, a lot of money. A lot of money, someone who has a lot of money is rich, rich. This one is ridge, G, okay? Ridge, alveolar ridge, not alveolar ridge, okay? And these two are two interesting post-alveolar fricative sounds. Post-alveolars because they are pronounced or articulated by raising, right, the front part of the tongue, not the tip, the front part of the tongue, and is raised against the roof of the mouth, but not exactly in the alveolar ridge, and not exactly in the hard palate. So it's like in between. So I guess that's why it's called post-alveolar, like past the alveolar ridge. Some people call them palatal alveolars, right? But post-alveolars is good. She and j, casual. J, sh, j, very similar, right? Same place of articulation. Both of them post-alveolars. Same manner of articulation. Both of them fricatives, because there's friction, right? J, the tongue is not letting the air go freely. It is obstructing the air, causing friction here, right? That's why these two are part of the fricative family. And finally, it's hard to detect here the friction because it's not as easy as when you say, for example, s and z, z. You can feel that the friction is being caused by the tip of the tongue pressed against the alveolar ridge here. But here, hard, hello, right? It's not easily perceived. Okay, what we need to take care of is that we're not saying hard, or like in Jaime or Juan or joven, right? Joven is different from okay, and that is something that you need to be consciously you need to be aware of, both as an English learner and also as a pre-service teacher. Okay, they have to make the difference between as in Jaime and as in hard, because as in Jaime, we do have it in Spanish, but it doesn't exist in Spanish, so we need to be conscious about how to create the sound, right? In the minds of our students. The big family of fricative sounds also have voiced fricative sounds and voiceless fricative sounds. So the, and z and j are voiced, and f, s, sh, and h are voiceless. Okay, and remember the test: placing your hand in front, on top of your throat, and perceiving vibration. In the first group, you are likely to perceive the vibration in your throat, but in the articulation of this group, probably you're not going to feel anything in your throat. Okay. Spelling is, I think it's very clear here. Very clear here. Remember that of is with v, unless it's OFF, like turn off the lights, please. Can you turn off the TV? Oh, in that case, OFF would be with an f, right? Off, off. But in this case, is likely to be a schwa and a v, of, okay, of, place of articulation, of, okay. So it's not off when you're pronouncing the preposition. I think it's clear. I think it's clear, even though we need to practice more to be sure if it's a voiceless or a voiced the. This one is also interesting in terms of a pronunciation, because doesn't exist in Spanish. And this is interesting because you get words with SH, CH, double S, just one S, and a T and an I. Sharp, chef, pressure, sugar, motion. One interesting idea about sh is that is somehow a sound that is stigmatized in Chilean Spanish, because people who use sh might be classified of belonging to a specific social or socioeconomic class, because you're not allowed. It's not that you're not allowed. I mean, it's not the term, but if you say Chile, Shala, Shomba, Shisha, that's sort of not frowned upon, but it's not exactly the sound that we use to produce words like with the other sound, right? With ch, ch. So some people tend to avoid this sound in English, but it's clearly a sound that we need to produce, because it's a phoneme. It's a different sound. It changes the meaning of words, right? In Spanish, it might be an allophone of ch, right? But in English, we need to make sure that we produce it, right? So, for example, when you say I'm studying English, you say I'm studying English and now English, okay? It's not English, but English, right? English. This sound is also interesting, as in beige, Asia, and pleasure, because it's not easy to do. We're going to see some practice now. And, well, here we have as in ahead, right? Affricates. Let's take a look at some examples of affricates. All right, here we have sh and j. Okay, Darwin Quesada, are you here, Darwin? Maybe Darwin's not here. Maybe he went to get a coffee. Ignacio Gonzalez, are you here? Let me try with Karen Rojas. Karen Rojas, are you present?
Yes.
Karen, I'm trying to show you. My microphone was mute. I'm trying to show you a website here, and the website includes sounds sh and j, right? Sh. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to read these words in yellow or orange or yellow, I'm not sure. Okay, and then I want you to choose one. So read them aloud and then choose one, please.
Okay. Sheep, sure, nation, fish, show, shy, shock, crash.
Excellent. Choose one now, please.
Shy.
Okay, now I'm going to play the icon here. I'm going to hit the icon. You listen and then you repeat, all right?
The shy boy hid behind his hands.
Could you listen to the recording?
Yes, I can.
The shy boy hid behind his hands.
Your turn.
The shy boy hid behind his hand.
He can't hold a conversation with a girl because he's so shy.
He can't hold a conversation with a girl because he's so shy.
All right, good job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask Pablo Nunez. Pablo, are you here? Thank you.
Here I am, mister. Do you read it? Hello?
Except shy. Can you choose another word, please?
Oh, yeah. Ship. I'm gonna use ship. Ship.
All right, then listen and repeat, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The boxes are being shipped by truck.
The boxes are being shipped by truck.
Shipping by air is much faster than by ground.
Shipping by air is much faster than by ground.
This item will be shipped for free if you order a case of this energy drink as well.
This item will be shipped for free if you order a case of this energy drink as well.
Orders received by 2 p.m. will be shipped the same day.
Orders received by 2 p.m. will be shipped the same day.
Excellent.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Good job. Good job. Very well done.
Thank you, Mr.
Let me ask another. You're welcome. Any volunteer? For example, Viviana Ibanez, are you there? Viviana?
Yes.
All right. Viviana, can you choose one word, please?
Fish.
Okay. Listen, please, and repeat.
She was happy that she caught a fish.
Oh, yes. I couldn't hear well,
She
sorry.
was happy that she caught a fish. She was happy that she caught a fish.
She was happy that she caught a fish.
Eating fish is very healthy.
Eating fish is very healthy.
Good job. Thank you so much. Remember, we have a trap here. Happy, right? Happy. Happy. Many speakers produce a long O here. So she caught, right? Caught a fish. The rest perfect. Also remember that was has always z, okay? It's always voiced. So she was happy that she caught a fish. Was, right? Was. The same with is, right? It's always, or most of the times, it's a voiced sound, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vienna. Paulina, are you there, Paulina? One more example.
Hi.
Paulina, I want you to read all of the words here, and I want you to choose one word later. Remember that we're not working with sh now, but we're working with j. Okay. Would you like to listen to the words before?
Yes.
Okay.
Pleasure. Vision. Usually.
Occasion.
Invasion. Treasure. Measure.
Genre. Genre.
All right.
Okay. Pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
vision, usually, occasion, invasion, treasure, measure, and the last one I don't remember.
Genre.
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 Good. Okay. Choose one word, please.
Vision.
All right. Here we go. Listen and repeat.
Okay.
This instrument tests people's vision.
This instrument tests people's vision.
Her vision is poor, so she needs glasses.
Her vision is poor, so she needs glasses.
I took a vision test to get new glasses.
I took a vision test to get new glasses.
One of the twins has excellent vision, but the other needs to wear glasses.
One of the twins has excellent vision, but the other needs to wear glasses.
Very good. Very, very good. This is a complex sound, right? It's a very complex sound. The sound that you find in vision is complex, and you did quite well. Thank you so much. Good job. And let's have one more volunteer before the break, okay? One more volunteer before the break. Anyone interested? Mr. Davilla, are you interested?
Oh, well, okay.
Who's I? Pancho, go on.
Pancho.
Pancho, choose a word, please.
Occasion.
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 A birthday is an important occasion in a child's life.
A birthday is an important occasion in a child's life.
Okay.
He buys flowers for his girlfriend on special occasions.
He buys flowers for his girlfriend on special occasions.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Occasion.
Birthday was more difficult.
Yeah.
A birthday is an important
birthday.
occasion in a child's life.
Yeah, birthday, right? Birthday is an important occasion. Occasion.
Occasion. Occasion.
Exactly, occasion. Very good, Pancho. I think I agree with you. I think birthday was more complex for you than the specific sound, right? But occasion, you got the idea. Emphasize and exaggerate the sound. Exaggerate, because the more we exaggerate, the more we get the nature of the quality of the sound, so we can use it later on. Okay, we're gonna have a break now. It's 9:25. I will meet you at 9:35. Okay, 9:35.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry, was my internet.
9:35 a.m. Now we're officially on a break time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. See you around.
Sorry, teacher.
No problem. Don't you worry.